Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Cards. It is Monday, March 15th. Morning, sis. Morning, Robert. Or good evening to you. Cheryl, good morning. Good to have you on. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome to Coffee and Cards. How was everyone's weekend? Shoot me a little message in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Maybe even what kind of coffee you're drinking. And we will get started here in a minute. If it is your first time joining us, we will be using the Entrepreneur Oracle cards that was created by myself and my friend Kathy Weiss. Good morning, Roslyn. Welcome. It is a 44 card deck with a 138-page guidebook. So the idea behind this deck is to help you navigate the emotions that come with running your own business. But not only that, now it could be working from home, it could be trying to teach your kids from home, or just any sense of overwhelm that you're feeling from the current times. So, oh, sis is out walking the dog. That sounds great. I'll have to do that today. I think it might start raining, but it's not quite as cold as it was. Actually, we had a couple days of 70 degrees last week, and it was pretty nice over the weekend. You've got your half calf quad espresso, of course. You have that every day, right, sis? You should definitely buy stock in Starbucks. My coffee is like, I think there might be one sip left, so. Anybody feeling the difference in the time change or anything? I know I did, but I kind of last night I was thinking, I knew I was going to wake up, maybe not at the same time I normally do, just because it takes, a little bit of time for your body to adjust. Oh, Cheryl, you had a relaxing weekend. That's great. I did some more, we've been doing a lot of going through things and getting rid of stuff. So on Friday, I believe I took a whole carload of stuff to the Salvation Army. So, books, DVDs, I don't know, I had an overload of a scarf collection for some reason. So I got rid of a bunch of that and um, yeah, so that felt pretty good. And now I'm going through kitchen items. So we've moved a lot. So there has been times where we've repurchased things. I don't know if anybody else does that. I mean, I'm sure people do that. So now is the time where I can bring it all together and sort of get rid of what we don't need, but also know people just starting off in their lives or first apartments, that sort of thing. So it's been really fun to sort of give that stuff away to a good home. So Cheryl's not a fan of the time change. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are. Um, I don't know. I just feel like, this is just what we do. So I do enjoy the end of the day being brighter. So I'll just look at that. And Robert's drinking his instant coffee. Excellent. And you had a busy weekend. So let's get started. Today we will look at the start of the week, what we can look forward to this week, or some of the things that might be opportunities maybe for this week, or I don't like to say warning signs, but sometimes it's like what might you have to pay attention to this week, I think more so. So we will, of course, read from the guidebook. So I'll pull a card for us all collectively. And then if you would like a card, you'll just let me know in the comments, and then we will build upon the collective card with one for yourself. Ooh, Rosalind's having an Americano on a rainy morning in California. Awesome. She slept in. Oh, lots of yard work. Yeah, definitely. So great to be able to get outside again. Although there's like this weird snowstorm coming through. We might have snow on Friday. So we went from 70s to maybe having some more snow. So, um, yeah. But whoops. Okay. Well, this one just fell out on us. So we will look at today's card is trust. Trust must arise from the peace you hold within yourself. Begin here. So this is a reminder, first of all, the card, this is one of the more multicolored cards because I feel like with trust, you can go in and out pretty easily. And sometimes trust feels really scary. And that's where some of that red and some of, even down to some of the smaller details in this card, trust to me feels really, it's not stagnant, it changes. So it's sort of that vibrational, I don't know what you want to call it, but just like you can trust and then 2 seconds later you're out of that. So there's that sort of feeling to the look of this card. But the words themselves talk about trusting yourself. So a lot of times when we think about trust, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Usually, for me at least, it's other people. Can I trust other people? But what this card is reminding us to do is to trust ourselves. Trust that you can make the right decision for you. Trust that you know the way. Trust that what you're doing is right. Trust that if you make a decision and aren't happy with the outcome, that you can make another decision. So, yeah, it's a really good one. So let's see what happens this week. As you go through your week, I want you to think about trust and where that might appear more so this week than normal, or just observe if you're having a problem with trust this week, or you are more trusting, or just look at yourself and how you are making decisions or going about your day. If you are trusting yourself, or if you were looking externally for the trust of other people, or vice versa. So let's just pay attention to that this week. Everybody's situation is different, so the trust can show up in all kinds of ways, and that's why, as a collective card, is sort of a broader reading into your situation. So the thing we need to pay attention to this week is trust, and I want to read one part of this. It is within yourself and your ideas. That is what you must trust and believe. For if you do not, no one else will. It does not matter if no one else believes in you. It may surprise you who does. It may surprise you who does not. Allow this to be true. Allow this to stretch your heart. Allow this to ground your focus even deeper within your soul. For you are the wellspring of trust. The deep trust you hold within yourself is for us, your guides, and the universal guiding force that drives life forward. For you are us personified, and for that, we love you deeply and unconditionally. Trust is the key that moves you forward through adversity and we shine it upon you in your darkest hour. Call us for help when you need it. Seek out other humans aligned in this property and let them show you the way. You are capable. You must only hold this grain of truth and spark in your heart. So, great way to start the week, I think. Just go into it and as an observing person, not as no. Don't judge yourself. Just observe yourself, because we all go in and out of alignment, even when we're trying to be trusting or we're trying to whatever we're focusing on trying to do. We don't just stay. So, looks like Cheryl would love a card in regards to a new launch of business. And I think actually the last time you were here, we talked about this too. So, to build on the trust for you this week, Cheryl, I want you to really feel like the trust card really will be a large part of your week. And it probably has been a theme for a while now. So just pay attention to your trust. That's all. we just observe, see where it is. And what we will add on for you specifically, Cheryl, is giving. You are giving your heart to the world through creative expression. And I think this particularly in regards to new launch of business is that what your business provides is giving your heart to the world through creative expression. So your creative expression is what your business offers. So just know and trust that what you're giving is needed, necessary, and people do want it. So let's also go to the cards and see. I think this first section will be really helpful to you, Cheryl. Hold your hands out, hold them steady, hold them open. You are giving your heart to the world through the creative expression that flows through your hands. Your eyes are the window to your soul and the world. Through them, you perceive many great things. You absorb them into your cells, your body, and the fabric of your journey. No one has seen, heard, learned, created, and acknowledged the world exactly as you do. Your task is to give back, to repackage your experiences into the projects, processes, and presentations you were called to create. I mean, there's a little bit more to that card, but I think for you in this moment, I want to just stop there. You're good, Cheryl. Trust that what you're doing is needed and necessary, and people are going to value it. Be open. I know it's scary, especially running your own business, especially right now. It's scary, but you just have to keep going and trust that what you're doing, what you're creating, people need, want, and just keep going. So, wow, this is perfect. What I'm giving is needed and necessary. Yes. Awesome. Keep going, Cheryl, and come back again on Thursday and let us know what your trust was like this week. But I really think that you are staying in that, whether it's uncomfortable or not. I think you've been in this trust area for a while. And like I said, trust is not a stagnant place. So we go in and out. And especially when you're creating something new and putting yourself out there, it's a really vulnerable place. So you could 5 minutes from now not trust it. And then 5 minutes later, go back into trust. And that's totally okay. So it's just about observing where you are and keep moving forward, because what you are doing is giving. You're giving to people. You're giving to, you are giving whatever this is that you are repackaging into a service or product. That is all a reflection of you and your heart. So, Cheryl, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're still enjoying that new home. And let's pull a card for Rosalind, and then we will get to Robert and then Sis. So we are building upon trust for you, Rosalind, as you are drinking your Americano. We are going to look at projections. So I think right off the bat for you, Rosalind, what I'm seeing is we're looking at the trust card. So when we do these additional cards, we're sort of already at a place, we're beginning from trust. So this is like the go line, right? So then we get into when we come in and out of trust, a lot of times what we do is we create projections. It doesn't matter what others believe about you, only about what you believe in yourself. So again, and for you, Rosalind, it is pointing you back internally. So the trust that you seek and that you need has to come within. If not, that's where the projections come, because projecting is outward, it's external. And so if you're looking for the trust from external, I mean, you can still build upon that, and that's great. But what we really need in our own lives, in our own projects, in our whatever's happening or going on, is we need to trust ourselves. So the focus for you, Rosalind, particularly has to do with keeping things internally and not projecting that you know anything that's going on in other people's thought processes or behaviors, because that you'll never, I can't say never, but you could spend a lot of time trying to figure out why people behave the way they do or think the way they do. But it doesn't really matter if you understand or not. And everybody's projections, beliefs, actions come from their own experience. So um, it doesn't matter what others believe about you, only what you believe about yourself. So I hope that offers you a little bit of insight into your week and just trusting that you know the way and keeping it focused internally. I do want to read this quote that goes with the projections card from Stephen Pressfield, author of Do the Work. The problem with friends and family is that they know us as we are. They are invested in maintaining us as we are. The last thing we want is to remain as we are. So there's constant battle between ourselves and the people around us, and being uncomfortable. So let's move on to Robert. Robert, thank you for joining us. I know it's evening time there for you, but never too late to have a card. Rosalind says, I'm focusing on one-pointedness, so the card, pull supports the message. Thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah, it's just about keeping the focus on your own ideas, really not just your own ideas, but staying in line with your belief system. So keeping it internal. And Robert, to build upon trust for you and where that may lie for you this week, whether it's trusting in yourself, trusting the process. Let's see if we can get some more detail into that. Okay. And for you, Robert, we're looking at completion. I love this card. We cannot move on to the next until the current is complete. So for this one, what I'm seeing here is trust, and being in trust sometimes feels a little scary, right? So we want to get out, or we want to move on to something else. And what this card is saying is we have to complete what it is we're working on in order to move forward. So just trust that when the next step is supposed to happen, it will happen. Let's look at the completion card in the guidebook. That's what's great about the guidebook. So if you pull a card and you know right away what exactly it's saying, it just answers your question straight up, then you just read the card and move on. But sometimes you need a little explanation, or you just need, you know what it means, but you want to read it to see if it says something else, right? Because it's not the answer we wanted. It'll still give you the answer you didn't want, but it's a habit. So completion. Human reality moves at a slow pace. It is denser, the vibration lower and slower than in light and spiritual realms. So while you feel you have done the creation, and you have, it will appear to move not as rapidly in physical form. You must understand this difference, for that is merely law and an aspect of human condition. Completion also comes from finalizing all aspects of a task. This could be proofreading and sending items to a copywriter for discrimination, reviewing a task after its completion for error and flaw that dictate refinement, settling debts and bills, and concluding final exit interviews and conversations. Seeing each aspect of your job, your chosen work, through to the end creates both physical and energetic completion that allows the next item to move in. We cannot move on with the next until the current is complete. And I'd like to read the quote from this one too, and I'm going to say this name wrong, but I'll give it a try. Haruki Murakami. And once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure whether the storm is really over. But one thing is certain, when you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what the storm's all about. That's a good one. So, Robert, I hope that gives you some insight on what you're working on right now, this week or this month or whatever it is you've been in the process of creating. Let's get one for Sissy. If anybody else is watching and would like a card, just let me know in the comments and I will pull one for you. And remember, the deck you can get at entrepreneuraoracle.com. And when you purchase your deck, you get a free companion journal so you can keep track of your card pulls, but you can also keep track of your feelings and your insights. So it's sort of like a journal. Well, it is a journal, but it's sort of action step journal kind of. And for Sis, we're going to go to research for you. Sometimes you need specific answers, find those and move on. So this with the trust card particularly has to do with you already know an answer and what you need to do. So just trust what that is instead of wasting time or postponing whatever it is, whatever that item is. So you already know and trust that whatever you do is going to be fine. Because every decision we make, we get to make another decision after that. And so there's this fear of getting it right or wrong, but there really isn't right or wrong because you get to make another decision every time. So just trust that what you know is true and accurate and safe and move forward. Instead of spending time either looking for validation or researching other options when all you really do is keep coming back to the same. So, Heather, what we've got for you is value. You're welcome, sis. So we're looking at trust and value. Each person decides what is of value to them. So for this card, it could be value in your abilities or what you're doing for work, but it could also be self-confidence, self-value. So trust that you will find value, but also that the right people will find value in you. I want to read from the book on this one. Let's see. And I'd like to go to the navigate section. So on most of the cards, not all of them, but most of them, we have a navigate section. And what that's designed to do is to help you move through the emotions that come with some of these cards. So some of them feel like a lot of anxiety or feel like unsure, or you're just feeling down or whatever it is. So we've given you activities. So they could be a walk, could be meditation, could be making a list, and depending on where you are that day, you might be better off getting out of the house and going for a walk, or you might be better off making a list. So depending on the day and the feeling, you get to pick between a few options. So for the value card, Heather, I want to look at the navigate section. Make a list of 5 of your values. Ask 3 friends or colleagues to do the same. Notice without judgment what you consider as values compared with what others believe are values. Are they the same? Are they different? There's another, so that's the sort of practical activity to go with it. So if you are feeling like you can meditate or you would rather meditate, there's another activity that says meditate while repeating this mantra. Today I choose to see my value in the world. So I hope that helps. And Heather, I know you have your own deck, so you can revisit that card in your guidebook and deck. And Sissy, of course, same for you. So anybody else that's watching that would like a card, let me know. You'll have to put it in the comments because I can't see you otherwise. Um, and of course, we'll be back on Thursday, same time, 11:11 a.m. Eastern time. You could catch the replay. If you're already watching it, then great job. We also have replays on our website, but also on our YouTube channel. And I will place the link to our YouTube channel in the chat now. Because if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, it'll notify you when we have new videos. So the link is in the chat. Also, our website link I will place in the chat. That is where you can purchase your deck. And you can access our online card picker, links to Instagram, Pinterest, all the other places that you can find us. So be sure to share with any of your friends or family that might get some use from this. And no matter when you're watching this, it was when you were supposed to be watching this. So it doesn't have to be Monday, March 15th. It could be whenever you open this video and needed to receive this message. And I'd like to thank you all for coming and showing up, continuously showing up too. It's really great to have the support of you guys online. And let's get some of these decks out into the world because I'm ready to ship them. I've got the supply, just need some orders to fill. So share this link with your friends and hit me up on social media. And let me know if you have any questions. And I hope you guys have a great day. And make sure to pay attention to where your trust is this week. And remember that trust must arise from the peace you hold within yourself. Begin here. So have a great day, everyone. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing. And I will see you on Thursday. Happy Monday, sis. And everybody else that's still on with us, have a great day.